So when a muscle contracts and it shortens, obviously these don't move, but you'll go like this, and if you notice that there's slack in that bottom one, right? So what that does is that senses basically length of the muscle. So when it gets stretched, that sends a message around, through the gamma loop to contract and protect. So that's what we call the stretch reflex, right? That is responsible for that. But sometimes when there is poor communication, that is delayed and it won't send its message to protect, and that's how we get injuries. So again, going back to, if the muscle was stronger in its weakest position, would we be able to prevent injuries? We don't know. There is some study, there's some programs out there that work on this, and they're actually having some pretty good result. Muscle activation techniques is very big on this. It's what kind of the science was designed around, and the new program that we do, proprioceptive muscular activation, is an offshoot of that. Studying some MAT stuff, the basic stuff, we didn't really go in depth, and brought it to assisted stretching. And I'll explain. Pretty much, if you could challenge the muscle in a shortened position, like what we keep saying, so there is no slack where the muscle spindle is. So if you don't have that little right here, we could tighten that up a little bit, because as the muscle fibers get stronger, they tighten, and they'll grow, but you need massive amounts of tension for that. But if we could challenge the muscle in a shortened position, especially at its end range of motion, we could now build up the communication pathway between the muscle spindle and the central nervous system. Ultimately, this will have benefits, right? Improved proprioception, which is body awareness, pretty much your knowledge of your body in space, proprioception. Enhanced or improved motor control, because if your muscles now don't have that delay, you have more control. Ultimately leading to better balance and better posture, because everything's firing when it needs to, and your muscles are working as they should, right? When you have improved proprioception, you get strong communication, which enables the brain to better understand your body position in space, like I said, and the movement that your body is doing. That you're not clumsy, and is the most simplest way to put it. Okay? Have you ever done a program or a workout or a stretch session or a massage, and you just felt your body floating? All right, that's kind of the idea. You're not going to have this euphoric sensation with an improved, muscle communication. But what you're going to have is more sense of, okay, my feet are here, my body's here, my hips are here, my center of gravity's here. So your movements become a little bit easier. When you have enhanced motor control or improved motor control because your muscle spindles don't have a delay in them, you now get that, what we call the mind-body, connection. You understand how your muscle is feeling throughout the entire range. Your movements get a little bit more precise and coordinated. Again, not clumsy, and your body's focused and dialed in and able to do these things. So once all of those two things happen, this is all real-time information that your body is receiving and processing and communicating throughout itself. That and it has like the real-time information about muscle length and tension, which is what the muscle spindle and the Golgi tendon organ are all about. That's their jobs inside the muscle, is to sense all these things, how much tension is on the muscle, how much stretch is happening on the muscle. All of this stuff, when it's firing appropriately and transmitting, appropriately without delay and without, screwed up communication, like, oh, we should have went this way, but we kind of veered off that way, just to give you an image. You can maintain body, your balance and stability better.